Welcome back to the show. Now we're getting into our album reviews, and to start off with the first album review, Childish Gambino's Atavista. And this new project, this album has a sharp production sound to it and ranges from laid back vibes to dark and menacing ones. And we had mentioned earlier, it's been a long time since we've ever even done a review of his. He hasn't released music in a
Right.
while, and Childish Gambino, he obviously you know is a is an actor outside of this, director. And with this project, it's interesting because it dropped Sunday night. I believe it was like around 11. Was it 11 or 12 songs? And it's got, with his music, I can tell it's always going to have a different range. It's going to have a wide ranging type of sounds. I think there were certain overall. I actually liked the project. I think there were high moments in it, but it wasn't like a throughout like straight run through project that I would run back to a lot. But there are certain songs in it I would revisit more than others.
Mhm.
To you overall, what were kind of your initial thoughts on this project?
I never was a fan of him as an artist. There's certain songs or features that he was on that were really good, but I think I tend to like him more as a director and an actor
Yeah.
because he started with I forgot the little sitcom or the funny little whatcom he did in his younger days, but as an actor, he's progressed and grew in lane and became pretty good. Like Atlanta, he was in the Star Wars movies. He's been
Hmm.
through Mr. and Mr. Smith. Like he's been throughout and did a bunch of stuff. And I think I like him more as an actor. But it was experimental. Maybe to most of his fans, it was not because I'm not a huge fan. I don't listen to his music like that. But it had some high moments. It had some like, okay, that's really cool. Like I want to like replay it, but I see where he was going because he's such a creative person, not only in music but as a director. So it kind of like made me think of episodes of Atlanta and how these
Mm.
songs would fit. Like it's just sporadic and
It would
chaotic.
though. It would fit in the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, it would fit in the show.
So
It's
I'm like,
episodic music.
absolutely. That's the word I'm looking for. That's crazy that you just said it willingly and just so effortlessly. Whatever. Well, it's just my song.
Well,
But nah, it was cool. It's not something I like save or like replay, but it did
right.
have elements of like, okay, this is where he's at musically, and yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was all right.
Had its moments. That's how I
Yeah,
kind of feel about it overall. Had its moments in it. And were you surprised by any? Were there any features on here that you were surprised by? I know he had Summer Walker, 21
young
Savage,
nudie
Young Nudie, which I did not expect at all.
at all.
I had some interesting feature
21
selections.
Savage. I was like, bro, you do not go with any of these people. But I think he went well with Summer Walker. That song wasn't bad.
That one, yeah, that one wasn't
And then
bad.
Ariana Grande, yeah, that's he could fit in that mode. And
That's the pocket I expect him to be more into. Is
mhm.
like the Ariana Grande, Summer Walker type of vibe, but the other
Like he
ones
used to
were
do with Janae. Like
yes.
I forgot that one song it was on her EP, and I think his verse was crazy. Um, but
What's
like
Shanae up
stuff
to?
like that.
What's Shanae been up to recently? I haven't heard much about.
Being a mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably being a mother, and I mean she don't have to release music
She
because
really
at
doesn't.
certain point her music is starting to become and
Repetitive.
yeah, and I hate that Westcom said it because I who
Don't
gave
agree.
him
Don't
any
agree with
yeah who
it.
gave him any say to any, but nah, I think he's right on that. She has not progressed, and it's the same thing, and that's her pocket though. But you don't have if you're not doing anything differently. I don't think you should release music all the time if you're not doing anything differently. Like you give us the same thing over and over. Okay, that's cool,
just
but
just save it for once every 3 4 years. But if you have a
yeah,
stack catalog, you don't really have to release anything
which she
else.
does exactly.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
enjoy being
we're
a
good.
mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. I promise we're not saying that in a condescending way. We just think that look,
exactly.
it's has put out so much great music.
Right.
I forgot what was the last album she put out in 2020 or 2021.
Hold up. I
Um,
got you right here. Well, she dropped something. She dropped a song on January 12th, Son. But her
Chilumbo,
last, yeah,
Chilumbo.
Chilumbo was the
Yeah, I really
last
like that
one.
album.
That was really dope.
Yeah,
Um,
none of my concern goes crazy.
yeah, really
None of
crazy.
your concern.
But people are gonna try to kill us in the comment section. We love it though.
Yeah,
Keep
I know. I
listening.
want to talk about. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it real quick because we have to address it.
Absolutely.
We have to address
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
We have to address that. On Wednesday, I posted on Facebook the Drake and Kendrick discussion that we had, and again, if you actually watch the full clip, I say within the clip that I thought Kendrick won. I said that. Savon, gives his point for Drake and what he thought that Drake was able to do in the battle. We are strictly saying how we feel about how the battle played out, this and that.
Right.
But you know how people took it. They said we're on Drake's payroll, OVO hoes,
Nah, Buddy
idiots.
said I'm on his glizzy.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Wild,
I'm gonna
bro.
leave you. I'm gonna let you say. I was gonna say.
That's crazy. And somebody's like, this is most useless or nonsense talk. Like it was just like people who are biased. And you could tell. I looked on their like pages, like, yeah, you definitely like a Kendrick Lamar fan.
From
And
LA too. We saw a lot of people from LA. I saw some from LA.
exactly. So it's a bit biased. We looked at both sides. I thought, and I said this on Facebook and on social media, that Kendrick was up when he dropped what's called, and but I did say Drake has the last word. But I do think again, adhering to what a battle was, and again, I don't think Kendrick out rapped Drake. That's just my opinion. Music is, again, ladies and gentlemen, subjective. So I'm not biased to Drake at all because I listen to both of them at the same rate. Their albums are saved at the same rate. I'm looking as a hip hop connoisseur. I
Yes.
do think Drake won that battle. I think Drake had more factual evidence, and I think Drake's songs were better for me. Not Like Us is still crazy.
It is.
An atomic. That's probably one of the best drop timing diss tracks of all beef. The timing was so crazy that it really tore, and that's why people like, nah, he lost. But hey, we love being called out our names. It's so beautiful. But I try not to look in the comment section. Wellington looks in the comment section more than I do. But
I do because like I literally just put it up because I hadn't put it on Facebook yet, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna put it up and keep going about my day. And I was like, comment. I was like, what in the world?
the first one I was like, yeah, get off his glizzy. Kendrick is king. Like, what? I was like, and the
And we had a
fleshly.
balance and the thing about it, the reason I know, all of those comments are just so ignorant because we have some of the
Absolutely.
most balanced discussions, I think, on any
Absolutely.
podcast. We always bring
Absolutely.
nuance to it. We're not trying to be biased towards any group.
Nope.
We are big Drake fans, but we're not gonna just say he won everything. We're not.
Mm-mm.
I would never say that.
We clearly said Pusha T
Yeah, Pusha T won
won
though.
that beef. Like,
Somebody even
bro,
challenged me. One of my friends said, "Why do you think Pusha T won?" I was like, Drake didn't respond back to one of the biggest bombshells ever. He said,
he
but he
fought.
released Scorpion and all this. I was like, that doesn't matter. He still lost the battle.
No,
It doesn't
that
matter.
was
He lost the
after.
battle. You can't say that, oh, you released a really successful album and the hits. I'm like, I don't do the numbers game. I do.
Mm-mm.
Did you actually win within the
One on
metrics of
one,
the battle? You didn't.
we did not. We're honest. We're Drake fans, but I'm a Kendrick fan too. Don't get
Yes.
it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I adore Kendrick's music. Kendrick
That was
is
great.
great
I love his
artist, bro.
morale.
He's just not a rapper. He's an artist. And he showed that he can go in different pockets if he wanted to. That's what I love about Kendrick Lamar so much. He can go in pockets. He went in Drake's pocket. It's like,
Yes.
okay,
I
I'm gonna do
kept
what you
saying
do.
he out Drake. He
That's
out
it.
Drake.
He definitely did. But I do, yeah. That's we
In
already
terms
went
in
through
terms
that.
of the hit, metric, I mean. But
Yeah,
in
he
terms of
definitely
bars,
Drake. Yeah,
bar
bar,
wise,
like it was just crazy, bro.
just
But
listen to the hard part
we
six, and it was a bar
are
fest.
hip hop. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. We're hip hop connoisseurs. We're hip hop people, and we look at it from an unbiased platform. Full Scope is unbiased, and we listen to everything from sports to music to anything to where it's unbiased, unless it's the Green Bay Packers.
has
But
has the check cleared? Drake's paying them to try and change.
right, it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that. He doesn't even know us.
He doesn't. He's never gonna meet us. He's never gonna meet
Never.
us.
And I'm okay with that. But don't sit here and say we're like biased towards Drake. if you listen to, and it's we're in such a, and I hate this, get off the soapbox, but I'm gonna get off real quick. We're such a clickbait 30-second culture to where we don't look at the entire, again, well, I'm gonna use our name, full scope
Mm,
of what we're talking about, and you go based off what you see off that little clip. If you widen out your lens, you would have seen that we've been completely unbiased. And I said on social media, Kendrick was up. Kendrick, oh my goodness,
yeah,
what is going on? Atomic bomb.
for
So
sure.
yeah, we love you guys. God,
Love
God
y'all.
loves you, and
Most viewed video we had. Y'all interacted, and that's what we want. We want
absolutely,
it. Yeah, we got
yeah,
the engagement. We got the engagement.
yeah,
Y'all
full
y'all took
scope.
time out of your busy day,
After your busy
busy
day,
day, just to talk to us. We appreciate it. Wellington's Y
yeah.
Zone and Savon's Corner. The rise continue.
Wow, it's crazy. I don't lie. The flesh one, I wanted to comment. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, there
I
were. I
wanted
was
to
just I was
comment.
like, nah,
Yeah.
people,
Mm-mm.
my family. There's something. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
Just
not
keep
worth
going.
it.
Just keep going on. Just,
Yeah.
and now moving on to Ghostface Killah's Set the Tone, and Guns and Roses. In this new project, there's a mix of standouts, and Jim Jones, Method Man, Nas, Kanye, and Busta Rhymes are some of the featured artists.
Crazy.
And the album, it doesn't have the maybe the cohesiveness it could have, minus a few tracks, but I think he really delivered rapping wise, lyrically. And there were some my thoughts on it was I did like this album, but I do think there were some filler tracks in it where it kind of got a little too bloated. But overall, I think he did what he was supposed to
I
do.
like that.
To you overall, what were kind of your initial thoughts on this album?
Yeah, I like that, bro. It did get a little bloated. For sure. Some of these tracks should never made it. But I
Yeah,
do think for a hip hop standpoint, it was beautiful to listen to. And Ghostface Killah is one of, if you don't know who that is, I don't know where you've been. Ghostface Killah is one of the prominent members of Wu-Tang Clan, one of the best groups that ever stepped foot in the hip hop lands, man. But to be able to listen to his project, and then you have Raekwon, like it was like, bro, such a nostalgic feeling. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I do agree though. It was like it could have been set up in a different way, but I mean, he's old school. He's just gonna put songs to where you feel like they should flow and just let it be what it be. But I do think some of these songs were like really good. Like Skate Odyssey was good. I do like 6 minutes.
mm,
Um, there's a bunch of them. Well, like the track with Trevor Jackson should never made it. Uh, there's a bunch of other tracks. I was like, yeah. And I really didn't like Yep with Remy Ma. I didn't like that one.
I wasn't a fan of that track. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like the outro skit, you didn't need that. Skit 3, you didn't need that. Skit 2, like these skits, you did not need, bro.
Too many skits. Yeah, too
Like,
many
bro,
skits.
give me a 10. Like, even with Nas, bro, Nas albums be precise, still fire, flows
Yeah,
well.
clinical, very clinical.
Yeah, give us that. You don't. Why do you need a skit, bro? You like 50. Like, bro, why are we skidding it up, bro? Like, what's going on, bro? But outside of that, bro, it was a, I mean, pair of hammers, bro. Method Man still got it. It's
He still
crazy.
does. Still
Method
does.
Man is still one of them ones too. If you don't know who Method Man is, I don't know where you've
Again,
been.
again,
But
you got
just
there,
I'm not,
there's a full catalog of music to listen to.
go Google. Or if you into Bing, go Bing or whatever. I don't care what search engine you use. Search these guys up. That's what hip hop really is.
What was the track that the what on Ready to Die for with Biggie and Method Man. That's one of my
Oh
favorite. That's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite tracks.
my goodness. My goodness. And I think
Man,
it's only two people that was on that album. I think it was him and, was it Eminem? He only had two features, and one
yeah,
of them
only
was
had two
Method
features
Man.
in that one.
Yeah, it was one Method Man. And he's like, that's just, bruh, that's how you could tell Method Man's one of them guys, bro. Method Meth. Like even now, bruh bruh just still got it, bro. And he's still in tune. But I would want to hear a 10-song Method Man album. Cause Red,
Only Method Man was on that album actually.
was it? Oh, it was. I thought it
Only
was
Method Man.
Eminem, but no, Eminem wasn't around then. I'm tripping. It was, maybe it was
That
Jay
was in
Z.
'94. Yeah,
Maybe it was Jay Z. I'm thinking of.
because I know in Life After Death he had a lot more features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he was the only feature. Because I remember looking at it
That's a special class to be in, just to be the only feature on a Biggie album.
on a
That's
Biggie album, and you
yeah,
know how many people like
probably wanted to
people
be on that album.
exactly, and I'm like, nah, I just want Myth on there. But I would
But
like
a
to hear
10
10
song, like you
song.
said, a 10 song Method Man album, I'd be for. I would definitely be down for that.
Redman still rapping. Like Red, it's crazy. Redman still got it too. Like I
Yeah.
listened to some of his stuff on he dropped on Facebook. It was pretty dope.
But yeah, this was a good album. This was a good album overall. I just, we talk about skits many times. Even they are sometimes executed in like a really precise way. Because Brent Fayez, we talk about Wasteland, how they were just like, oh, the interlude
Yes.
just it was interwoven. It brought it together in a way that was just like,
Yes.
oh, okay, this is actually adding to the album. But
Absolutely.
this was like, okay, why did you put this on? Why'd you put this on the project? We didn't need this at all.
Yeah, you put too many on. Like Party Next Door, too many skits. He should have just anyway, I'm so disappointed in that one. I'm so disappointed in him.
Nothing has changed in your opinion on that one. That one is still just
Yes, bro. It
throwaway.
was I would say throwaway. I'm gonna say throwaway. There was a couple good songs on there, but it's just like the
I like the album,
expectations.
but it just wasn't. It
The
didn't live up
substance, and it was just like, bro, you're older now. How is 19, 20-year-old party better than this party?
Yeah. That's
And then
crazy.
Kyla, good friend of mine, she said that she was like, how is 19, 20-year-old better than? And you've been through so much. Like you can talk about
Right.
so much, and this is what you chose to talk about. Gross.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so, and then we knew, and we always get sidetracked, and I know I'm the Wayne one who gets sidetracked. The first 3 songs was an indicator of what that album was going to be like. That he dropped. Oh, he dropped his best 3 songs. I was like, oh, goodness.
Well, you can know from the jump early on with the album about where it's going to go. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think he wanted to really, because sometimes the album it goes through different turns, and it's like, oh, that's not how it started. But with him, he's like, nah, this is how it's going to be the whole album. I'm not even gonna make you guess. I'm not even gonna make you guess.
Oh, that's a good take. I'm not gonna be yes. We give you what you want. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted P1, P2, P3, something in there. That was not even close.
I'm gonna talk about an artist later who decides to very very much so switch it. I'm not gonna mention them now, but I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
And now discussing LaRussell and Hit Boy's Rent Due album. This was a 7-song project that was released earlier this year, I think around February or March, and it's very West Coast, has a very West Coast feel to it. Hit Boy's been collaborating with a lot of people, and LaRussell to me is a good rapper. I do think a lot of times in this project it got a little repetitive, and it became one of those things where I wasn't seeing a lot of nuance and versatility from LaRussell's part, and had some good songs on it. But I do think for his future projects, for him to maybe switch up the cadence a little, try to diversify what he's gonna put on the mic. To you overall, what were kind of your initial thoughts with this project?
Exactly what you just said. And I think his audience is West Coast, so he's gonna pander to him. And then I think he's still indie. Um, But nah, his freestyles are crazy. I think he has mad talent, and most of his songs are really good. But it's a repetitive nature. Switch up the cadence a little bit. I know you're super West Coast, but even Blacks and Bino, Ribadoo, all those guys who have their West Coast sound and bring that West Coast sound back, they are versatile, especially when they do features. You are the exact same on every song you get on, which is it's consistent, and a lot of artists, a lot of listeners and viewers love the consistency and love that cadence. But
Yes.
to catapult yourself in a different realm in music, you have to be versatile. And I think we go back to Larry June and a couple of the artists are like they never switch their cadence, they never switch their voice, and they're just like this
Hmm.
throughout the music,
Yeah.
and
Very
it gets
monotone.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to listen to more of this. But I'm glad it was 7 songs because if it was more, I wouldn't probably wouldn't have made
I was about to say, I'm like, it was getting a little rough. It's getting a little rough to finish, man. It was getting a little rough to
Yeah.
finish.
But he got some potential though. And he hasn't been in music that long. He just got popular like right after COVID. So he's still got a long journey. And I think eventually he'll get to that point. But this was, I mean, it wasn't Hit Boy's beats are, it's crazy. Hit Boy is one of a prominent producer, but I think, yeah, like you said, you gotta switch it up. Gotta do something different. Like we don't want to
Definitely.
hear the same thing.
Absolutely. And now getting to our last review with Cecily's "Feel You," which I mean, we have. I was gonna message you instantly when I saw the notification that she was dropping, but I was like, I'm gonna give him some space. But Cecily is one that we
You
have
gonna give me
been.
some space.
Cecily is one that, man, I'm always looking forward to seeing what she's gonna drop. She had taken a break at the end of the year due to some voice issues, but she's regaining it well. And this was a in this track "Feel You." I think this was it gave me an album song type feel overall. It gave me an album song type feel, maybe in the first few or middle part of the project. But I like it. I like it overall. I think Cecily is a hidden gem in the music industry
Mm-hmm.
right now, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna take maybe a one commercial hit for her to like blow up. But overall, what did you kind of think about this song?
Yeah, a definitely album song.
Yeah.
Definitely an album song. And I was trying to listen to see if I heard the voice troubles. Did you think she sounded like herself?
Not as much. I could tell a
Yeah.
bit of a difference in her. Yeah.
And I could tell they mastered her vocals a bit differently. And I was like, that's interesting. Maybe she hasn't fully recovered, but she's been listening to people like, yeah, we want you to drop. I do think I enjoyed the song. It was just like, we've reviewed some of her songs in the past, and I'm like, bro, that's beautiful, beautiful
Stuff
voice.
that like really blew us away. Like whoa.
Absolutely. And this song, I was kind of like, why would she drop this song? But I do think it was a good enough song to drop. But I do think it's an album song, and I
Mm,
kind of want to see what kind of space she's in, to where is she going to drop an EP, or is she going to drop an album, or is it just like a song just to want to put it out, just give people something to buy the time until she's like completely healed? Because I do hear a tweaking, because they master her song a bit differently. Maybe
mm,
because of the beat, or maybe because of her voice. I don't know, but I enjoyed the track. I enjoyed the track. Nevertheless, I did enjoy the track.
for sure. I do
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
just
I
nice.
do like this track overall. But you know, we've almost been spoiled in a sense of how many good tracks she's dropped in the past, like "Without You,"
Hmm.
"Battlefield." There have been a lot of high level songs that she's been dropping. What do you think her next move is going to be in terms of? Do you think she like waits for like maybe one more like summer single before she drops the project? Like how do you think her trajectory with her release schedule should be?
I'm hoping she gives us the summer song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
give us one more. And it has to be a single song. Like we have to
this
say,
one has to be.
okay, this is a single song, and then kind of just like ride those 2 ways. Maybe drop a music video, or maybe do the songs live or something. I would love to hear this live just to see where her voice at, but I don't think she probably will. Um, but I think, yeah, drop another single, ride it off, do a music video if the song goes to where you want it to. I don't think this song will, but the next song, give us like a summer vibe, nice little, nice little vibe to go through the summer, and then drop something in the fall or the winter. I think that's the trajectory I'm seeing her go into, especially after coming off a voice injury, which is so hard to come back from.
Yeah.
So just like ease yourself into it. I think that's what this song was. It
Mhm.
wasn't no straining. It wasn't like a song where she had to do a lot of singing, a lot of range,
Yeah.
a lot of a lot of feel like Rada off the chowder. Rada. But yeah, this song it didn't take as much energy as the
Mm,
other song in showing her range. So yeah, ease into it, drop another summer vibe, and then maybe drop an EP, or like a LP or something. No album. I don't think she's ready for an album just yet.
no, I think
Yeah.
that's saved for the fall or winter.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, and you know how I sent you Sinead Harnett and Dixon when they did the live set on Rory and Maul's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost like to see her do something like that, just to
Yeah,
like a temp check, honestly. And I think that would be really dope. Because you could tell like when you have a voice injury, that's something significant to overcome, and so
absolutely.
just do a warm up live set. I think that would be dope. Just to see where she's at.
And that'll give her that publicity too that she needs. 'Cause,
Yes,
yeah, you said she's one commercial song away from being that guy. I mean, being the guy, being
being that girl,
being
being
that
that
girl.
girl. Cecily, if you're listening, you can be that girl. You can be.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
But look, man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. This week, I had anticipation for this week so much because we got that third, album, that new release,
Who's that?
Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you didn't
Oh
say it
man.
earlier.
Oh man. Oh man. Look, I'm gonna present
Billie
this to Savon's Corner, bro. Would you be willing to just to do a brief review of it next week? It's 10 songs. It's 10 songs, man.
If I did Lil
Let's reach a new
Yachty's,
audience. Let's reach a new audience.
if I did Lil Yachty's, I'll listen to Billie Eilish.
10
Like I've
songs.
listened to so many albums I did not want to listen to. I'm like, bro, but for the sake of full scope
Let's take a
and
full
the,
scope, man.
and the respect I have for Wellington, but he doesn't have respect for me
I
because
do.
he just dogged me in the sports segment.
I was so caught off guard that you picked them.
You knew I picked him already. OKC. I said that in the podcast a couple weeks ago.
To the finals?
Yeah.
Okay, I must have been.
Yeah, you must admit. I'm Luthi. She's like, wow, yeah, okay. Now I do have them going, but now I'll listen to it.
Billie.
There's
Third album.
there's a couple of songs I like about from Billie Eilish, but I'm just not like a frequent. Let me go listen to Billie. Oh my gosh, Billie.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my gosh, Billie.
It's funny. The girl that introduced me to Billie Eilish, we are no longer friends and block each other on social media, but I'm still listening.
Did not think that was where this story was going. The girl who introduced me to Billie Eilish, we're not friends anymore.
I still listen to her. I still listen
to her, though.
That was so random. I'm gonna say this though before we go to our movie review. The chemistry she has, like a sister brother production team with her and Phineas. How he's been able to produce every one of her albums. That is a special type of that's a special type of camaraderie. He's like Billie Eilish's 40 in a sense, and it's like I would almost think that okay, he would go off do his own thing at one point, but every album he's been right there, right hand man producing it. Shout out to Phineas. I think that's dope.
Phineas Ferb. Yeah, Phineas Ferb.
Phineas Ferb. Try to be at least serious for the review next.
I will not. Okay.
All right. 10 songs. It's already starting off concise. 10 songs. And you know what? This is one thing I want to say. She didn't even drop a single. For the first time in her career, she didn't even drop a single. She just said, "I just want to drop this straight ahead." So
she don't need to actually.
She doesn't need to. She doesn't need to.
Crazy.
Like that's a flex. She's like, I don't need to drop a single. And she also said in the interview, like, I don't want one single. Because she said in the past, some of the singles she's dropped, it's gotten misconstrued and it's taken away from what she wanted the vision of the album to be. And she's like, I want this to be a straight run through where people understand my intentionality of every song on the album. So I thought that was like, when she explained it, I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense. But she also has that luxury of like being one of the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah, she's up there. Her fan base is so crazy. I won't say it's up there with Taylor Swift's, but it's like they love her.
Yeah, they love her.
Yeah, she was great in Swarm.
Oh
in
yes,
Childish Gambino series. Yeah, she was really good. Again, Childish Gambino, great director.
We like the
I think bro, he's up there, bro. He's up there, bro. And the actor, he's pretty good too. But nah, yeah, I'll take it serious. It is. I think I like 3 songs from Billie Eilish. Yeah. I'm excited.
You ready, listeners? You ready? We've got a different review next week. Hit me hard and soft. Our first Billie Eilish review ever.
We might as well do Taylor Swift now.
I'm thinking about it.
What is it?
I'm thinking about it.
Your eyes went up. You know what? I'm thinking about it.
I know the girl introduced me to Taylor Swift, and I'm no. What is up with all these?
What are they doing? What's going on? Who doesn't want to be friends with Wellington?
Come on, Wellington's
That's crazy. Wellington's wise though. Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with our Gone Girl review.